heard that phrase, right? Sales is a numbers game. The more you do, the more you get, right?
Yes.
But is it really just a numbers game? No, it's not. It's actually a numbers and a ratios game combined. Let's show you what we do on an everyday basis.
First, let's look at a simple formula. Activity times efficiency equals results or revenue. You have to do the activity, but without the balance between activity and efficiency, you won't get the results that you want.
So let's give you an example. If I have a lot of activity and small efficiency, I will never get the results I'm looking for. And that happens a lot with people who are brand new.
And you're in learning mode when you're new. So because you're in learning mode, you're naturally going to have a higher level of activity. And so then the flip side happens. If you've been in the business for a long time, you've been selling for a long time, so you might have a little small activity, but this big old huge efficiency. But we've got to be careful because sometimes you're not giving yourself a fair shot to put that efficiency to work for you.
You got to have that balance. Activity is what you have to do. Efficiency is learned. So let's talk about ratios and let's basically share what we do on an everyday basis. We do 6 dials a day. That's picking up the phone, looking for new people to basically sell to.
And then of those 6 dials, just based on trends and ratios and what we've tracked, of those 6 dials, 3 turn into where we actually can make contact with someone. So in our world, it's typically a VP of sales would be a contact for us. So contacts is just hello. They answer the phone and we got them.
We got them.
We have the opportunity.
And then what happens is we have to gain the appointment. So our goal each and every day is to make 1 new appointment a day. Now, why is that? Well, the reason is because we have to have 5 new ones and 3 that we go back to. So we want to have 8 sales calls per week. That's what we need, right? In order to do what?
To be able to get 1 sale every week. That's the trend, that's the numbers. And so part of this is just looking at it, the 6 dials per day gets me that 1 sale a week.
No one has 52 weeks to sell. We have 24. So what we bring in is we bring in 24 new pieces of business a year. So basically, if you look at this, it's all about ratios and knowing what your ratios are. You've got to work your numbers because there's only 5 ways you can increase your business.
So the first thing is make more dials. And I will tell you, this is the one thing as a sales professional, it is completely in your control. You can control your effort. You can't control who buys from you. You can't control who picks up the phone, but you can control your effort.
We're going to challenge you here. And this is the challenge. Before you turn off your lights, before you turn off your computer, do 1 more dial a day. You will make 210 dials per year. Do you think there's a sale in 210 dials? Absolutely. So what's the next thing we could do to make a difference in our numbers?
So the next thing is increasing the calls to contact ratio. And so of those, if I made 6 dials or 7 dials, to get that 6 to 3, what if it was 6 to 1 right now? Well, could I leave better voicemails, be able to make better contact, the way that I asked for the person, all those kinds of things impact getting someone on the phone.
Exactly. The next ratio we could look at is the contact to appointment ratio. Once we got the person on the phone, are we asking for the appointment or are we showing up and throwing up, trying to get them right there and then? That's not what we want to do. Next is improving our closing ratio. The way to help you in your closing ratio is making sure you control the sale, which we'll talk about later.
And then the last one is to increase the value to be able to generate more dollars per sale. So you got to ask yourself, within even your existing customers, are you gaining 100% of the business? And if not, why not?
You've got to work your own numbers. That's the key because what you track improves.
Okay, so quick analogy. We all are familiar with those apps of nutrition apps and all of that. And every single thing that goes in my mouth, I've got to be able to put in there. For example, we were in the hotel last night. We passed by a tray and it has these warm chocolate chip cookies on them.
Awesome.
And I'm like, you're going to have to track it. But it's true. When you track something, you become more accountable. So even if you only track your dials and your appointments, it makes you more accountable and it's going to make a big difference for you.
Try it. See what happens when you just track that.